film that you're about to see was not meant nor designed to be the last answer or definitive word on hypnosis and its uses, but rather an introduction to what is becoming with each day a growing science while still remaining well within the realms of art. Hypnosis has many uses, and some of these uses will be brought to you through this film. However, we want only to whet your appetite so that you might want to seek further investigation of this marvelous and fascinating subject. We would like to begin this program by giving you a rather loose but current definition of hypnosis. Hypnosis is manipulation of the imagination, usually while in a relaxed state. What this means is that you can use the power of your own mind, not the will, but the power of your imagination, to manipulate your performance in such a way that you can increase your activities for your own benefit. That is to say that if a person has a fear of flying, by imagining this fear and magnifying this fear, he can develop a phobia. On the other hand, if he can be relaxed and manipulate the imagination in such a way that he can see himself performing the way he wants to perform, he can instead enjoy flying and even heighten the enjoyment of that flying. The whole premise, the basis for hypnosis is that one cannot manipulate the imagination, nor can one be creative while under a period of stress or tension. All of us have had the experience of trying to recall an answer in a test, only to be baffled by it and draw a blank because of the tension of that moment, and then walk out into the hallway or the corridor and hear other students talking about that very same question and immediately know what the answer to that question was. If we were to give you a puzzle to solve and ask you to try to solve that puzzle, and while you're trying to solve it, a creative process, sit on the arm of the chair in which you were reclining, and then tap you on the arm or the shoulder and say, hey, can you get it, can you get it, can you get it, thus increasing your tension, the likelihood is that you would not be able to perform as well as you would like. There are many other examples of this. We've all seen the basketball player driving for a layup shot with no one around him. An easy thing to perform and yet missing the shot. Professional players do this all the time. Yet we've seen that same player in a relaxed atmosphere throwing hook shots and shots from far off onto the court, sinking them easily, only because he was manipulating his imagination, feeling the thing happen. There's a saying among hypnotists that the imagination is far greater than the will. Let me give you a brief example of that. If we were to ask you to walk a plank, for instance, a board placed upon the floor, some 12 or 14 feet long, all of you could do that without any difficulty at all. You would have no trouble. You would not have any fear of falling. You'd simply walk the plank and return. If, however, we extended that same board or plank off the roof of this building and extended it out into the air over the parking lot some 12 or 14 feet, most of the viewing audience would not even attempt to walk the plank, let alone have success doing it, because they would imagine what would happen should they fall. The imagination causing them to function, in this case, less perfectly than they might otherwise do so. If, however, we were to manipulate that imagination in such a way that you could see yourself not on the roof or not in the sky, but rather still down on the ground, you could walk that plank just as readily and easily as if indeed it were laying on the studio floor. What we're trying to point out then is that what you're about to see is not a mystery, it's not supernatural, it's not magic. It's merely dipping deeply inside to a source that all of us have, where we can indeed find the deep inner strength to manipulate our own imagination and have us perform the way we'd like to perform. What you're going to see is a brief discussion, a brief introduction to the various levels and degrees of hypnosis. The first level is a rather light stage, and we have for us in the studio with us a subject, and we're going to show you the light stages of hypnosis and the phenomenon that can be produced therein. The first stage is so light that it doesn't even carry the name hypnosis. It carries the name hypnoidal. There are basically 6 different stages of hypnosis divided into light, medium, and deep pairs. This first pair, the hypnoidal state, can produce some very general phenomena. They can produce the phenomena of relaxation, of feeling lethargic, of relaxing one from a tense situation and to becoming calm and tranquil. As we get to the second phase, which is still hypnoidal in nature, we begin to get some minor blockage of pain. And we'll show you how easily it is to go into this state and assume an attitude of tranquility. Colleen, look into my right eye, take a nice deep breath. And just let go. Just let everything go. Feel relaxed and at ease and enter a nice, easy, soft state. Just let all the tension flow away from your body. In a few moments, I'm going to pick up your hands and let them drop gently on your lap. You just keep everything nice and loose, feeling, as it were, like a rag doll. Now you see at this stage, she's rather limber and loose. She's still in a fairly conscious state. She knows exactly what's going on. She knows what we're saying. If she wanted to simply address us at this point or open her eyes and talk, she could do that without difficulty at all. However, we're going to deepen that state so she actually begins to get some minor blockage of pain levels. Her threshold of pain will be increasing. We're not going to do anything that's going to be extremely painful or difficult for her, but a minor irritant that she will not only not find bothersome or troublesome, but will actually find pleasant. Colleen, when I touch your hand again, I want that to be a pleasant sensation. I want it to feel good as a communication from one human being to another. I'm going to lift your hand by the skin of the back of your hand, but that hand is numb and it doesn't hurt, and what I'm about to do you will feel and you will acknowledge, but there will be no sensation of pain, no sensation of pain at all. Take a nice deep breath, let all that tension flow, feel fine. Here we go now. And no sensation of pain at all. No sensation of pain at all. Now you can see the hand, if you can get a good look at the skin on the back of her hand, she's coming in and being twisted about and yet not sensating pain there at all. I want you to feel good now. Take a nice deep breath and relax. And begin to sink a little bit deeper. We'll come back to you in just a few moments and we'll talk about some of the other things that we can do. In this state, and this is a state that every human being can enter, it's a state between sleep and awake. We all have had the experience of waking up in the morning and being somewhat bemused or befuddled, being out of focus or out of step with ourselves, not knowing what day it was. Did we have to go to school today? Did we have to go to work today? Not knowing perhaps what bed we were in, if we were visiting friends or traveling about the country. In this state, we're obviously not awake, because if we were awake, we'd know where we were. But we're not asleep, or we wouldn't be asking. In this state, this hypnoidal state, we can perform some general task. If someone is hyperventilating, if they're extremely anxious, we can calm them down. Every counselor, every parent knows some basic techniques. Every teacher has calmed a child to this state without classifying it as such, with not thinking about it as hypnosis. Because as we will see as we go along, hypnosis is an extremely natural, normal process. Only the phenomenon becomes more marked as we enter the deeper stages. In this stage, it's simply giving mental caress. It's a hug and a hold and a good feeling where you feel calm and relaxed and all the tension simply flows from your body. In the next stage, we'll see a little more marked phenomenon where people are able to do things and block things and get major catalepsy of major muscle groups. Gail has been placed in a pre-induced state of hypnosis. She is at this point in time just flowing gently between stage 2, the end of the hypnoidal state, and stage 3, the beginning of medium states of hypnosis. She's feeling relaxed. She knows who she is, where she is. She knows what's taking place. No matter how deeply we go into hypnosis, although some people will come back with some temporary amnesia, most everyone, most of the time, remembers exactly what takes place and what's going on. Some people actually have the feeling that they are fooling the hypnotist while they're working with him. It seems too easy to do. However, as you'll see from the following phenomenon, what we're going to do is almost impossible to fool or to fake. Gail, I want you to feel very good. Breathe very deeply. And feel yourself sinking deeper and deeper inside. Feel a power flowing through your body. Feel a strength. Feel a goodness. And I want you to pretend and imagine that in front of you, about level with your forehead, about 3 or 4 or half dozen inches away from your forehead, is a steel bar. That steel bar runs across this room from one wall to the other where it's embedded in concrete. And I want you to gently reach up and take hold of that bar. Get a good tight grip on that bar. And as you do, feel very, very strong. Just gently reach up now and take hold of that bar and get a good grip on it. A good grip, and feel really strong. Now you're hanging on the bar, so I can't pull your hand off, and neither can you. Try to pull that bar down. Try to bend it. Try to pull those arms down. Try hard to pull them down. I'm going to help you, but the bar's in the way. Try hard now. Try hard. Try hard. Try hard now. Pull, pull, pull down. Pull down. It won't go down. Pull, pull, pull. Relax, relax. Take a nice deep breath and just let everything go. Deeper and deeper asleep. Breathe so easy. Feel really good. Just let that heart settle down. Take a few nice deep breaths. Let the blood flow gently. Feel fine. Breathing easy. Feeling just great. In a few moments, we're going to bring you back to what appears to be a waking state, but I want part of you to remain asleep. I want part of your imagination to function in the following manner. First of all, listen to me count. 1, 2, 4, 5. The numbers from 1 to 5 are 1, 2, 4, 5. Now think of it. If you look for a number between 1 and 2, there just isn't any. There's no number between 1 and 2, or 2 and 4, or 4 and 5. You look for a number between 4 and 5, or 1 and 2, there isn't any. The numbers are 1, 2, 4, 5. That's the way you count. When I count you awake, when I count to 5, I will count 1, 2, 4, 5, and that's how you will count. There are no other numbers but 1, 2, 4, 5, and the numbers you learned after that. I want you to feel good. In a few minutes, I'm going to count you awake. I'm also going to show you something interesting. I'm going to give you something that will look like a lemon, but taste like a peach. It will look like a lemon, it will smell like a lemon, except it will be very sweet and very juicy. And when you first look at it and smell it, you will assume that it is indeed a lemon, because it will smell like one. But with your first bite of the wedge I'm going to hand you, you will enjoy it immensely, you'll chew it up, and you will feel that it is a sweet, beautiful peach. In a few moments, then, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. I want you to open your eyes and feel fine. Remember how to count. 1, 2, 4, 5. And remember that what you think is a lemon is really a peach, and you will enjoy it immensely and feel fine. It's going to be your little reward for participating with us this morning. Get ready at the count of 5. Open your eyes. Feel fine, but know that a part of you is still deeply relaxed and far away. Before we come back, let's go just a little bit deeper. Take a nice deep breath. Way down inside, and here we come back now. 1, 2, 4, 5. Open your eyes and feel fine. How do you feel? Good. You know where you are? Uh-huh. Okay. I want you to look at the camera there so everybody can see you're all right. And then I want you to point to my fingers and count them. I want you to just point to those fingers and count them. Start with the thumb. Count them nice and loud. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 fingers on that hand. Keep counting. What comes after 6? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11 fingers on 2 hands. What's 11 divided by 2? 5 and a half. 5 and a half fingers? Count it one more time. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay, just relax for 1 second. I want you to hold this microphone for me and feel fine. You feel all right? Mm-hmm. Now, what does this appear to be? 11. Okay. Now I'm going to cut a little wedge from this lemon. Did I get you? Mm-hmm. Now, take a piece of that. Tell me what it smells like. A lemon. Okay, now take a nice bite of that and tell me what it tastes like. So let me get your neck. What does it taste like?
Peach.
Peach, is it a good peach?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You like a little more?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll give you a little more in just a few moments, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, before we go any further, I want you to look in my eye. Take a nice deep breath, go deep asleep. Feel fine. So what you've seen is an example of the medium states of hypnosis. She has had a taste blockage, or she's manipulated her imagination in such a way that what should have tasted one way tasted entirely different. We do this with mealtime all the time. We imagine that food doesn't taste good because we don't want it to taste good, or we think we don't like it. We can use this little phenomenon to make things taste better, to improve appetite, to improve disposition, all sorts of things. You can see that my weight was just about fully on her arms. We couldn't have put all of my weight on her arms because a strong man could not hold up 175 pounds with one arm that way, with all the weight bearing down on it. And you can't do anything that is totally impossible in a normal state while in a hypnotic state. However, you can develop your greatest potential. And she was much stronger when she was thinking she was holding on to an iron bar than when what she would have been under a normal circumstance or in the normal waking state. We saw here also a phenomenon called the aphasia, or the number block, where she actually counted or miscounted the fingers on my hand. In her mind, there was no number 3. Having now mentioned number 3, when she wakens, she will count perfectly normally and feel fine. If she wants to enjoy some more peach, she will continue to taste that lemon as a peach when she wakens, and may actually request some more even though she knows it's a lemon. Her imagination was working so vividly that she will conduct on her own what is called a post-hypnotic suggestion. Keep in mind that when a person is in this state, they are totally aware of what's going on. They can break the state at any time they want to, and they are not under control of the hypnotist. They are under their own control. If she is desirous of that taste being repeated, the taste of the imaginary peach, even though I tell her that everything is back to normal, if she makes that decision, the lemon will still taste like a peach, even though everything else will be perfectly normal. Let's waken her and see how she feels. Come on back. At the count of 5, I want you to be wide awake, feel fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wide awake, feel really good. How do you feel?
Good.
How do you like that lemon?
I like it.
You want another piece of that? Okay, in just a minute we'll let you have some more of that, okay? In just a few seconds we're going to show you a deepened state that both these young ladies can achieve, which is called somnambulism. Before we show the next stage, however, I'd like to show you a little deeper state or level in the same medium range. It's actually a deep portion of stage 4 just before the entrance into somnambulism itself. It's a deep catatonic state where a person can become extremely rigid, where their muscles become locked in place through their own imagination, and what you're going to see, the woman will be experiencing absolutely no pain or discomfort. She will perhaps twitch slightly, she might move a little bit, there might be some muscle spasms, but internally, in her mind, she will be feeling peaceful and relaxed. What you're seeing here then, are we on? What we're seeing here then is a state of deep catatona, where the person appears to be flat as a board. She seems very rigid. If you look at the bottom of her body, it seems to have no dents or curves at all, as though indeed a board were placed under her body. In a few moments, we're going to allow her to relax and allow her heartbeat to turn to normal. And then we will proceed with deeper states of somnambulism. Before we continue with our discussion of hypnosis and its depths and going on to somnambulism, perhaps a word of explanation is in order of the phenomenon you just saw. You may have noticed a break in the pattern and flow of the programming, for instance, my question about are we live, that sort of thing. What you just saw was a rather dangerous and strange phenomenon, and we don't recommend that you do it, especially under improper procedures. None of what you're witnessing here today has been staged in any way. None of what you're seeing has been faked in any way, and you're witnessing it as it took place, as it was filmed. For instance, in the eating of the lemon, I wasn't sure whether the subject would like that lemon and want to continue eating it or not. However, when we were working with Colleen, and Colleen was in the rigid or catatonic state, we didn't want to prolong that state any longer than necessary. We merely wanted, for the purposes of demonstration, to show you that it was indeed possible. She could have, even at that point, had someone actually and literally sit on her midsection. Anyone about her own weight and size could be sustained in her midsection while she was stretched between those two chairs. The chairs could have been slid farther apart, that is, with merely the base of her skull and her heels resting on the opposite chairs. However, we didn't want to strain or stress or fatigue the body in any way, and we didn't want to cause any danger, and that's why we ran through that rather hurriedly. It is a phenomenon that's dangerous. It's one that should not be fooled with an improper operator. At no time, no matter how interested you are in this field, no matter how interested you are in the phenomenon of hypnosis, should you allow yourself to be hypnotized by an unqualified person. The danger is there in that you can have some little quirks and slips with the imagination that could become, while not permanent, could at least cause some momentary trauma, which could lead to even hospitalization in some cases. So it's not a thing to be played with. It is not a toy. It's not a game that we play, and we're just showing you these demonstrations so you see what can actually be achieved. We're now going to flow into somnambulism. Somnambulism is a very deep hypnotic state. It's a state in which we can hallucinate both positively and negatively. People can see something happening. They can be aware of what's taking place and appear to be perfectly normal. However, in that state, they can hallucinate and see things that are not there and make them appear visually. They can take things that are there and have them vanish and disappear. And although what you see will appear to be faked, it certainly is not faked. What they are perceiving is what they're experiencing for you on the video. In a few moments, we're going to deepen both these young ladies a little bit farther, and then we're going to have them open their eyes and appear to be normal. They will appear to be wide awake and alert, acting just the way they would normally act. However, they will still be in a state of hypnosis, deep somnambulism. Ladies, I want you to take a nice deep breath and just let all that tension flow out of your body and feel fine. Feel really good now. Feel healthy. Feel alert. But something strange is going to happen. In a few moments, I'm going to ask you to open your eyes and know who you are and where you are and what's taking place. Except I will appear to be invisible. You will not be able to see me. You will see the mic, which will appear to float in the air. You'll hear my voice, which will appear to come floating with the microphone, out of it actually. But you will not be able to see me, nor know where I am. If your eyes fall upon me, they will register nothing but what should be beyond me. I want you to feel fine. You won't be frightened by this at all. And you'll find that the microphone is trained, and if you call it, the name of the microphone, of course, is Mike. And if you call Mike and say, "Come here, Mike," Mike will come and jump right into your hands or sit on your lap, and you can pet him and send him away. At the count of 5, I want you to be wide awake, know who you are and where you are, everything back to normal, except that I am invisible. You cannot see me. You will look around and try to find me, but I will not be there. Count of 5, then open your eyes and feel fine. Come on back, nice and easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How do you ladies feel? Do you ladies feel all right? Is something the matter? Colleen, why don't you call Mikey? Just say, "Come here, Mike." What do you think of that?
Weird.
Tell him to go away. Tell him to visit your buddy. Send him with your buddy over here.
Go over, Gail.
Yeah, you call Mike.
Yeah, I like it.
What's the matter, Gail? He just wants to be your friend, Gail. Here, relax and go deep asleep. Right back where you were. Right back where you were. Take a nice deep breath. Deep asleep. Deep asleep. Just let everything go. We're going to go way back in time now. Really far. Way back in time. Way, way. Far away. Pretend to be 15 years old. Imagine that you're 15 years old now. And I'm going to count quickly from 15 to 4. At the count of 4, you will be 4 years old. You will see, act, and behave like you did when you were 4 years old. You will have the same abilities, the same attributes, because you will be 4 years old. You will not be frightened. You will know you're in a strange place, but I am a relative. You know who I am, and you are not afraid, and you will do the simple task we ask you to do. You are going to be 4. You are now 15. Here we go, quickly and easily. 15, deeper. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and take a nice deep breath. And be 4 years old, and when you're 4 years old, I want you to open your eyes and feel fine. I want you to open your eyes and feel fine. When you are 4 years old, open your eyes and feel fine. And just sit up and open your eyes and be 4 years old now. How do you feel?
Fine.
And what's your name?
Colleen.
And how old are you?
4.
Okay, you just relax. And how old are you?
4.
And what's your name?
Gail.
And who am I?
My dad.
Okay. Who am I?
Uncle Dan.
She thinks I'm her dad. Does that bother you?
Yes.
Does it? Can you write?
Yeah.
What can you write?
My name.
Okay, would you like to do that for us? Why don't you get up, just stand right up, and go over to this board and write your name. That's very good. Does that look good to you?
Yeah.
Can you write your last name?
I'll try.
Okay, try to write your last name. Okay, I want you to sit back down and relax and feel fine. Do you have a favorite pet?
I don't have a pet.
Do you have a favorite doll? Or
Yeah.
toy? What's your favorite toy?
A little stuffed doll.
Okay, I'm going to get it for you. It's right back here. Here it is. Isn't that nice? You play with your stuffed doll and have a good time and feel fine. Gail, how would you like to draw a picture for us? Why don't you go up there and draw a nice picture of a bunny? Can you draw a bunny rabbit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, why don't you go up there and draw a nice bunny rabbit for us? Okay?
Okay.
Okay, that's very good. Why don't you come back here and sit down for a few minutes? She's not going to take your doll. It's all right. Hey, Gail, do you like birds?
Mm-hmm.
What do you like best, birds, dogs, or cats?
Dogs.
Dogs? Okay, how would you like to have a whole lot of dogs? All kinds of dogs.
Mm-hmm.
St. Bernards and greyhounds and little bitty dogs and great big dogs, okay? All right, when I tell you to, I want you to just whistle softly, and through that door over there, a whole lot of dogs, 30, 40, 50 dogs are going to come running and jumping and trying to lick your face, and you just have a ball with them, okay? You whistle softly, and here come the dogs. Here they come. Here they come, running up there. Okay, you can pet them, play with them. Don't let them look all over you. Watch it. You ever see so many dogs? Huh? Is that fun? Or is that too many? You like all those dolls? Oh, isn't that something? How's your doll doing?
She's fine.
Okay, all right. Just close your eyes and go deep asleep. Deep asleep. Deep asleep. Way, way back. All right. You just stay where you are, feel good, and close your eyes and go deep asleep again. Really deep. Here you go. Deep asleep. Very deep. Feel fine. What we've shown you here is a brief idea of the kinds of things that can be done in somnambulism. People can see things that are not there. They can be regressed. Oftentimes in psychoanalysis and psychotherapy, a person has hidden real reasons for their behavior, and it's helpful for the therapist to reach down into their past and pull those things out in the least traumatic way possible. We use the age regression for that technique. You all also can see that they vividly are in charge of their imagination and that they can produce sights and sounds that otherwise would be difficult for them to produce. In a few moments, I'm going to bring them back, introduce them to you, and let you see that they feel fine and that they're quite happy and content with their experience. At the count of 5, I want you to feel fine. Come on back, nice and easy. Come on back. Come on back. At the count of 5, wide awake. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're wide awake. You know who you are, where you are, what's happening, and you feel fine. You feel just great. You ladies feel all right?
Mm-hmm.
You feel all right?
Yeah.
I guess at this point we should introduce these young ladies to you. On my left is Colleen, and Colleen Enns has graciously consented to spend some time with us this afternoon so that we could show you the joys and benefits and pleasures involved in hypnosis. Did you have a good time today, Colleen?
Yeah.
Okay. And on the other side, her buddy here has been with us, and she's also been very gracious in her time. And this is Gail Keaveney. Gail, how you feel?
Good.
Did you have a good time today?
Mm-hmm.
You enjoy yourself?
Yeah.
And you still like peaches?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. At this time, we'd like to bring our program to a close and thank the young ladies, of course, for their time and for their participation. And again, remind you that what you saw was only a surface, a tip of the iceberg of what can be done with hypnosis. I remind you again that it's not a game, it's not a toy, it's not something to be played with. There are many interesting things to be learned about it and by it. And at this state in time, we have many practitioners working in the field, some highly qualified and interesting people, some people with very little or no credentials. If you're going to use hypnosis for anything such as improving your activities in sports, improving your grades in school with less effort, quitting smoking, losing weight, any of these things, make sure that you check very carefully the credentials of the hypnotist that you're going to see, and only with a doctor's or a physician's medical release should you engage in anything of this type. I thank you very much for your time this afternoon. It's been pleasant being with you.